Very good morning, students. Welcome back to second year physics. So in the previous class, we finished about the charge moving and charge is entering into the uniform magnetic field at perpendicular. So that for that perpendicular, see, we derived different parameters like radius of the circle, speed of the charged particle, and time period of charger particle, angular velocity, kinetic energy, frequency is finished when the particle entering at perpendicular. Now on the basis of that, in our material there is some problems are there. Page number 219, question number 7.11. In a chamber, a uniform magnetic field is given. In a chamber, there is a field is given as 6.5 Gauss is given, but we know 1 Tesla is equal to 10 power 4 Gauss. So that here 1 Gauss is equal to 10 power minus 4 Tesla. This is the conversion. Is maintained. An electron is shot into the field with a speed. That electron is entering into the field with a speed of 4.8 into 10 power 6 meter per second. The speed of the charged particle is entering is normal to the field, that is theta. Normal in the sense is 90 degree. Explain the path of the electron. Why the path of the electron is a circle? Yes, of course. Why the circle it is? Because the particle enters perpendicular. Therefore, the path of the particle will be circular one. It is over. Determine the radius is asking radius. See, when enters perpendicular, the path of the particle will be circular one. When enters parallel, it is parallel is nothing but there is no effect. And anti-parallel also no effect. Therefore, when it is enters a perpendicular, there will be a force is act maximum. According to that, we know capital small r is equal to mv by bq. Directly we can. Here m is nothing but a mass of the charged particle that is entering a electron mass. You say me is equal to 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg is the one, and charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. We know speed and we know magnetic field also. So that according to this, you write here the B is given as in a Gauss, no? Therefore, it is equal to 6.5 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla. Now we need to get radius, no? Then R is equal to mass is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31. Speed of the charged particle is 4.8 into 10 power 6 by, you say B will be given as 6.5 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla into charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Of course, you look at here. So the minus 31 is there here. You do one thing. First 9.1 into 4.8 by 6.5 into 1.6 into 10 powers are there, no? Then you take 10 power minus 31 here. This is 14 plus 19 becomes a 23. That will come up, no? Therefore 29 it is becomes, because 6 is there, no? Now you subtract this, we may get into 10 power minus 2. Let us you cancel these points, and here 91 into 48 divided by 65 into 16. Of course, you take multiplication, will get the radius of the circular path. Yes, I'll show you. That is one. Here you take a multiplication and division, right? So that here it is will be 91 into it is 48. So approximately 4068. This is 4068 divided by, you say, next one is 65 into 16. 1040 into 10 power minus 2, right? R is equal to, you take as 4368 divided by 1040. So 4.2 is the radius of the circular path in centimeters. So you want to say it is 4.2 in centimeters. It is in meters. It is in centimeter. This is the radius of the circular path when the particle enters perpendicular. There will be answer is what now? We can say 4.2. Of course, here approximately 4.2 centimeters. Okay, or it is given is a 4.4. Of course, it is roughly we can say same answer, right? Okay, now let us will move to the next problem. So 7.12 next problem. So the next page you take as a 220 page number, question number 7.12. Again read the question and write the given data, what is given, and again what is asking, that's all. Everyone write the given data first. What is given, look at. So the question in the exercise 7.11, obtain the frequency of a revolution of the electron in its circular orbit. Does the answer depend on the speed of the electron? See, answer is it depend on the speed of the electron. Is asking above problem, from the above problem find a frequency. But we know frequency is nothing but a 1 by time period, right? Frequency formula is 1 by time period, no? Therefore, we get the frequency formula, that is about a, I think it is a BQ. I want to say the formula for this frequency. Frequency will be, it is BQ by 2 pi m. You write as BQ by 2 pi m. Yes. Here it is n is equal to, B will be, just now we know B is, in the above problem we need to take, that is 6.5 into 10 power minus 4 Q, 1.6 into 10 power minus 19, 2 into 3.14, mass is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31. Again you do same issue, that is first you take as all 10 powers together by 2 into 3.14 into 9.1. This is 10 power minus 4, 10 power minus 19, no? It is become 10 power minus 23, and then a denominator 10 power 31 is there, no? Then it is plus. Suppose you subtract, so we may get the roughly it is, better you cancel this, n is equal to 6.5 into 16 by 2 into 3.14 into 91 into, if I subtract here, we may get the 10 power 7, I think. If you add 7, what happens? It may be 8, right? It is 8, it is, right? Yeah. Now you multiply this again, then what happens? We'll see. Yes, 6.5 into 16, so it is approximately 104 divided by, you take as 2 into 3.14 into 91, so 383.08 into 10 power 8. Now you divide this, so that here 104 divided by 383.0, so that is n is equal to 0.27 into 10 power 8. So this is the frequency, right? So approximately it is given as roughly it is 2 point, here 1.5 is the charge, no, it is given as 1.6, no? Okay, it's given 1.5, of course. So we can say n is equal to, this is the value, 0.27 into 10 power 8 hertz. So actually is given, is taken as 1.5 here, that's what there is a little differences we're getting, no problem, but the method is remains the same. Clear? So this is the way we need to get the for problems related to this. Clear? Now let us will move to the next one. Here I want to say, on the basis of this, again we have the other concept. Here, so when charged particle is enters into a uniform magnetic field, parallel, there will be no force. Perpendicular, there is a force is at maximum. Now the question is related to when the charged particle is enters, motion in a magnetic field, side heading as motion in a magnetic field. Magnetic field. That means here the particle enters into a uniform magnetic field, that is about a other than 0, other than 90, other than 180. So right here, other than, the angles are 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree. See, apart from these angles, if the particle is entering into a uniform magnetic field, see there is a field is given like this. This is the uniform magnetic field. You take a like this, it is x-axis, you say it is a y-axis, and this will be z-axis. See, there is a field is given B. Say suppose if in this field, if a charged particle enters a 0 degree, that means parallel to the magnetic field, so there will be no force. Is there any force act? No. If 90, of course it is maximum, already we know, and 180 also there will be no force. Now I am saying what? Apart from these angles 0, 90 and 180, if the particle is entering other than these angles, what will be the path of the particle? That means if the particle enters with a velocity u or v at an angle of theta is equal to 45 degree, therefore the path of the particle will be like it is goes like this. It is about the path will be like a spiral, that we can also call it is a helical motion. Helical motion we can call. See, when particle is entering other than 0, other than 90, other than 180, therefore the path of the particle will be, it is an helical motion, and the path will be, we can call helix. We can call as helix. The path will be helix. This path which we can call helix path, and it is which is to be like a circular paths. See, each and every circle we can take as the radius is r, because it is entering other than 0, other than 90, other than 180, therefore the path will be like a spiral. We can also call spiral, and which is entering with a velocity u, therefore u can be resolved. This is entering a charge is plus q. V can be resolved into two components. Vh is equal to V1 is equal to V, it is cos theta. And one more, we can say Vn, that is vertical, or we can also call it as this is Vn, because it is in between, Vn, or we can say V2 is equal to V sin theta. Of course, along this, it is not affected. Is it affected anything? No. Now he is asking the radius. Radius of each circular path r is equal to mVn by bq. Sir, what is Vn? Vn is nothing but we can say V sin theta you take. Now, there will be r is equal to m into V sin theta by bq. This is the radius. Radius of each circular path we can take like this, right? Now here we need to find a time period. Time period is nothing but for this motion 2 pi by actually omega, right? But omega we can take as it is V is equal to r omega. From omega is equal to V by r, you write. So time is equal to 2 pi by V into r. So what is r? R, of course we know mv sin theta. Directly you write here t is equal to 2 pi by V into mv sin theta by we can say bq, right? But V is again you take a Vn, that is V sin theta. Better there you write 2 pi V mv sin theta by, you write here V sin theta into bq. So V sin theta is cancelled. T is equal to 2 pi m by bq. Of course the time period is same, but the path will be different. That's what I mean. The path of the particle will be like a helix. Like a helix. Now this is about a what? We can say helical motion in a given two-dimensional plane. The particle is entering at a perpendicular, at an angle theta is equal to 45. The path of the particle will be helix, and that is like a spiral. We can also call spiral. Sir, what will be the pitch? So that pitch is nothing but a distance. See here, pitch of the helix. The question is pitch. See, it is a pitch of helix is asking. Pitch of helix is nothing but we can call distance. So that we can say distance is equal to horizontal velocity into time. What will be the horizontal velocity is there? That is velocity into time, that's all, which means the path travelled by the particle, the path covered by the charged particle. So that is in a time of v cos theta into total time. Time already we know, that is we can say v cos theta into time period is 2 pi by m into bq. So this is the way. Clear? It is about a what? When the particle is entering, it is other than 0, other than 90, other than 180. Therefore, the path of the particle will be Lx, and we can also call it is helical motion, and we can also call like a spiral it is, because it is entering other than 90, no, theta is 45. Therefore, the path will be like Lx, helical motion. Now, pitch is asking, pitch in the sense is distance covered by the particle during the total time. So pitch is nothing but a velocity into time. The velocity which we can take, horizontal velocity. What will be the horizontal velocity? V cos theta. So this is the related to the motion in a magnetic field, right? Now come to the point. In this, another topic is there, that is we can say low range forces, side heading as LORENTZ. Low range. LORENTZ. See that it is we can say low range forces. You write as the side heading as low range. LORENTZ. Low range forces. Sir, what is this low range forces? Actually, when a charged particles enters into a region, simultaneously electric and magnetic fields are exist. See, at a point there it is to be both will be exist. Suppose at a point there is a magnetic field is exist and there is electrical field is exist along this, and this will be magnetic field is existing along the z you say, and the charged particle is entering like this along a x axis. This is the charged particle entering at where the two fields are exist. One is along a y axis j cap and one more is the b is the along a k cap or z axis, where it is to be two forces are exist or two fields are acting at that point when there is a charged particle is entering into the field. Therefore, according to that, we know F is equal to, we can say EQ, already we know, F is equal to BQV. This is also we know, it is a magnetic force and it is electric force. Now, according to the low range force, the total force F is equal to, we can say FE plus FM, right? So, what will be the FE? That is we can say EQ, of course, plus here FM is nothing but a, what we can say, it is a BQV, or else we can also write it is a Q into V cross B also we can. So, that you write here, it is Q into V cross B. This is we can call as the low range force. If I take a Q is common, E plus V cross B. This is the low range force. The resultant force is represented as the low range. Low range in the sense is where the electric and magnetic fields are acting. At that point, if a charged particle is entering, therefore, there is a net force is acting is F is equal to, that is force due to electric field and force due to magnetic field. Of course, it is a force due to electrical field and it is a force due to magnetic field is acting. Sum of the two forces is gives a resultant as, we can say, low range force or net resultant force. Net resultant force we can take, so that it is a low range forces. Clear? Now, come to the point. So, next one, actually we have other one, that is about a related to velocity selector, or we can say principle of velocity selector. You write as the side heading as principle of velocity selector. Principle of velocity selector. Right? Principle of velocity selector. Sir, what will be the principle of velocity selector? See, what will be the principle of velocity selector? Of course, we know just now in case of this low range force, there is a charged particle is entering where the fields are exist, right? It is a magnetic field and one more is the electrical field. It is along a J and it is along a K, and there will be a magnetic field, there will be electrical field is acting. The charged particle is entering at this point, right? That we can say it is E is equal to EJ cap and it is B is equal to plus BK cap, right? We can take it like this. So these are acting at a simultaneously at a point. Now these two fields are acting actually, we can say like this, V comma E comma B are mutually perpendicular. We can say perpendicular, so that the resultant will be 0. Then Fe, we can say Fe plus Fm is equal to 0 according to the Lorentz force, right? We can say according to the Lorentz force, therefore Fe is equal to minus Fm, right? What is Fe? We know Eq. And what is Fm? That is Q into V cross B, where these three are acting perpendicular, no? Therefore E is equal to V cross B. Therefore the velocity selector V is equal to E by B, which is we can call velocity selector. When there is two fields are existing simultaneously at a point, at the point there is a charged particle is enters. A charged particle is entering when there are V, E, B are mutually perpendicular. See, look at V, B are mutually perpendicular, because E is along a J cap, B is along a K cap, and V is along a, we say, I cap. When there are three are mutually perpendicular, therefore if they are perpendicular, there will be a net force is act on a particle is 0. Here according to the Lorentz force, you want to write here F, so Fe plus Fm, but F is 0, no? Therefore Fe is equal to Fm. Now we know Fe is nothing but, here you write, it is E into Q, and Fm is nothing but a Q into V cross B. So here you replace and get velocity selector V is equal to E by B. Like it is the velocity selector related one concept it is. Okay, this is related to the velocity selector. And here after this, so let us, we have other topics also, that is we can say related to the cyclotron, that we'll see in the next class. So cyclotron is there, and after that cyclotron we have other topics also is there, continuation on the basis of this we'll see in the next class. Okay, thank you very much, we'll meet in the next class.